Mantu Kumar, you can kindly put off your video, please. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So this designers course is planned from 13th next Monday onwards. That is on 13th of September. So again, let me welcome all of you for this wonderful webinar of around 2 hours. So thanks all of you for giving the messages. My request is kindly concentrate on the webinar through where we'll cover what it is, when it is, why it is. These are the 3 questions I'll be covering here about the designer's course in coming 2 hours. You are welcome for asking any queries, but probably whatever queries you are having in your mind, I'm covering them in my webinar. So kindly go through the webinar, kindly listen to the webinar, then whatever doubts you are having, you can ask me at the end of the session. I also introduced Mr. Sumit Kanu, who is the marketing head of Radio Academy. He is there with us. So he also will be supporting you for all the queries at the end of the session.
Good evening, everyone. And I welcome you on behalf of the Railway Academy to this 2 hours masterclass. And thank you, Narayan sir, for looping me in. And we have some very important announcements to make regarding the signaling design course that we are planning to commence from next week. So Narayan sir, we will take up a break at about 8 p.m. where we will take about 5-10 minutes to explain the entire course, and then we can continue with the session.
Sure, right. Sure, no doubt about it. We'll do it.
Please continue. Right.
So as Sumit introduced, that we'll be taking a break after 1 hour, 8 o'clock sharp. We'll take a break of about 5 minutes. Then after the break, we'll again restart. So welcome back again to this designer's course. Learn to design. Learn how to design. If you see the railways, Indian Railways, second largest network in the world, which is a route kilometer is around 68,000 plus kilometer. And we have here electrification already 50% is completed, railway electrification. And by 2023, the government has targeted to complete the 100% of electrification. Why I'm insisting on this electrification is, this electrification is resulting in some design changes in the signaling plan or signaling design, which is a must for coming days. If we are well equipped with these electrification changes, especially people who are working for the Indian Railways, so you will be having a good value in the market as a designers. And the very purpose of conducting the design course, I will let you know in the second slide, I will let you know. A statistics about the railways. I'm covering the Indian Railways here. The passenger traffic is around 8.9 billion per year. The freight traffic is 1.21 billion tons per year. Number of railway stations around 7,000 plus. So these are the statistics. What is the purpose of these statistics? Day in and day out, the traffic is increasing. The speed of the trains are increasing. Now the railway is going with 160 km/h speed. More the speed, more the technology. Especially the signaling will help the train to drive with the more speed. Already the dedicated freight corridor work is in progress. And around 20% of the dedicated freight corridor is open. Many of the Indian railway stations are yet to be equipped with the new technologies. Yes, Jagannath, you can just put your questions so that Mr. Sumit will be supporting me for answering those questions. Jagannath. Right. So coming here to various departments also, it is supported by mechanical department, which we call it as the rolling stock. The coaches or locomotives are manufactured and maintained by mechanical department, the engineering department, who are laying the railway track, who are also responsible of maintaining the railway track, upgrading the railway track, who will help the train to run with more speed. From the mechanical department, who are designing the locomotives or coaches or bogies, are helping the Indian Railways to run the trains with more speed. Operating department, which is consisting of station masters, they are operating the equipment. These three people are in the forefront, especially the operating department. Whenever you go as a layman to the station, in any station, you will find a station master, who is a person who is from the operating department. Kindly mute your mic, please. Mr. Vishal Soni, kindly mute your mic. Vishal Soni, yeah. Thank you. One more person, 823 DF0CC5. Kindly mute your mic. Fine. Then comes the operating department, then commercial department, who are the TCs and the reservation counters. They are all commercial department. Electrical department is the one who are contributing for railway electrification and also for infrastructure, electrical infrastructure. Now comes the signal and telecommunication department to support all the departments above, to run a train safely, to operate the signal safely, and to run a train in the electrified area. The signal and telecommunication department is having a major role. Personnel department is HR and safety, audit and accounts will continue. So they are the supporting department for railways. These are the different departments which we'll be now talking about signaling and telecommunication department. If you take signaling and telecommunication department also, as all of you are aware, that to ensure safe journey of train, convey the condition of the track ahead to the driver of the train, ensures smooth passage of the train between adjacent stations, helps in increasing the line capacity, ensures safety by interlocking. This is the signal department role. Where, as a signal designers, our role comes here, ensures safety by interlocking. Here, where we are more concerned here. What is that interlocking? How to go ahead with in this interlocking systems? The interlocking is, in olden days, we had a mechanical interlocking. People might have seen some lever frames and mechanical interlocking. Even when I entered the railways way back in 77, 80, we maintained the mechanical interlocking. We installed the mechanical interlocking. Over a period of time, the mechanical interlocking was abolished, and it is being now going with the relay interlocking. Electromagnetic device, a relay interlocking. And way back in 1985, the electronic interlocking also was specified. Now, from the relay interlocking to electronic interlocking, to convert 7,000 plus stations, on an average now presently around less than 1,000 stations are only completed with the electronic interlocking. In coming years, remaining all 6,000 plus stations has to be converted to electronic interlocking, where the railway in general, not only the Indian Railways, but also the railways in general across the globe requires more design engineers, more signal engineers, where there is the dearth of the signal engineers in the open market, in the global market. I request once again to kindly mute yourself so that it will not be disturbed. Then electromechanical interlocking came, the second generation of interlocking. Naveen Kallur, kindly mute yourself, please. Naveen Kallur, kindly mute yourself. Then the third generation came with the relay-based interlocking. which was introduced way back in 1925, 1930, it was introduced. And it went on with the changing of the systems. Then electronic interlocking commenced 1985 onwards, in the full-fledged 2000 onwards. Now the Indian Railway has taken a policy decision that all the new stations to be equipped with the electronic interlocking, and any station to be revamped is to be revamped with the electronic interlocking. So that is a policy decision the Indian Railway has taken. Why I'm insisting here, why I'm showing all this is, there is no dearth of job in the railways. There is always a shortfall. To tell my experience with on this platform, when I interview the people before sending their profiles to different companies, I will ask them, did you undergo any training with any other institutes? They say, yes, sir, we have undergone the training. Then I'll ask them the basic questions of signaling design, where they are not able to answer this. It means people are trained, but probably not to the extent or not to the standard of the companies who requires the people. So the Railway Academy is the platform where we wanted to give a qualitative training and make a person competent to do the design work. And also the new technologies, which are all coming on on Indian Railways in the future. Whenever a project starts for the railways, again I quote here the Indian Railway in particular, whenever a project starts in activities, first the proposal will go. What is the work to be done? For example, a station has to be converted from a relay interlocking to electronic interlocking. A proposal will be moved from the division. It goes to railway board level and it is sanctioned. Once the proposal is sanctioned, they prepare a estimate, rough estimate and detailed estimate. Then comes sanction of the estimate. Once the technical detailed information or the estimate is prepared, then a sanction is accorded for that by the competent authority, depending upon the financial burden on the railways. Then at the activity starts, the designing activity, the planning. So the designer's role is a very crucial role in railways, not only on Indian Railways, but also in different countries. The designing, what is meticulously done here, what is in detail done here, will make the field people to do the work smoothly. The need of the hour is to have a qualified design engineer, a competitive design engineer. That is exactly the purpose of this course. Then indenting the material course, execution of the work, testing and commissioning are followed in the field, which are based on the designing activities. Even though the manpower required for the designing activities is around 35 to 40% in the complete proposal of the work or the proposed complete estimate, but the designers play a very vital role in railway signaling, and not only signaling, but also in any other field. It can be designing of electrification, it can be designing of a bogie, it can be designing of a coach. The designing activity where the planning is done very in detail plays an important role in any project. What are the different designing activities here? Most of you are signal engineers, or all of you are signal engineers, where you will come to know that origin of the signaling design, the signaling plan, starts from the engineering scale plan. We'll be learning here about the engineering scale plan. What is the engineering scale plan? How it is prepared? Why it is prepared? What are the details it is covering? These aspects are covered here in the training here. The engineering scale plan is the basis. Then comes the signal interlocking plan, what we call it as a SIP or a rule diagram, which is being prepared as a signal interlocking plan based on the engineering scale plan. We also cover here what is the meaning of engineering scale plan, what are the details it will have, what are the information it will have, how it needs to be converted to a signal interlocking plan, ASIP. What is the difference between these two? Many of the people are having a misconception here. The information available in ESB and information available in SIP. We will define here what is there in ESP, what is not there in SIP, what is not there in ESP and what is there in SIP. We'll define here. Then comes the table of control, the heart of signaling system. It can be a mechanical interlocking, it can be a relay interlocking, it can be a electronic interlocking, maybe a computer interlocking or something else in the future. But the table of control is heart, the nervous system, the central nervous system, what we can call for any railway signaling technology. Then comes further, maybe preparation of wiring diagram, book wiring or application logic, which is based on the table of control. Our role as a signal design engineer stops at a table of control. Book wiring is done for relay interlocking and application logic is done for electronic interlocking. What is the base? The base is table of control. So our activities mainly stands at the table of control as the designers, from ESP to SIP, SIP to table of control. The designing activity stops. Then cable route plan, contact analysis, location design plan, all these are the part of designing only. But the major thing is table of control, based on which even the book wiring is prepared. Application logic is prepared. Cable routes are prepared. Contact analysis are prepared for relay interlocking. Location design plans are prepared. As much as we give a detailed information, detailed designing for the field staff, it is better for them to execute the work and to complete the work within shortest time. That is the role of a designer. Even though he is a back office person who is working behind the screen, but the role of a designer will definitely constitute or continue, is very important for any project to be executed successfully within the stipulated time. Now, what is the purpose of the designing training? This training specially, where we come across why it is, why this designing training is, as I said, why it is, when it is, how it is. These three parts I'm covering. So first I'm covering what is the purpose of this designing training. Why we thought of this designing training of around 36 hours. We do conduct a detailed training on the Railway Academy platform, which the information will be provided by Mr. Sumit at the end of the webinar or in the mid of the webinar at 8 o'clock. He will provide what are the different trainings we are conducting here. PG diploma we are conducting, certificate course we are conducting, then even the detailed other trainings we are conducting, some technological development we are conducting. So these are the different training we are conducting for on the Railway Academy. But this particular designing course we have planned now, based on some information with us, our experience over the period, we have designed it, we have planned it. Let me tell you what is the purpose of this particular designing training of 36 hours only. Number one is, it is learning and practicing. As I said in the beginning, when I interview the people or any profile to be sent before to any institute or any organization, I will check them whether are they qualified to join a particular organization. I will check, I will ask them simple questions. Very simple questions. As a designer, what they are supposed to know. 70–80% of the people are not able to answer those questions. Now imagine if a person is not having any knowledge, adequate knowledge, which company will take them? And nowadays the trend, or it is a white collar job designing, many people wanted to go out for designing. It is the base of the signaling system. A person who is a designer is having a more value. It does not mean that I'm discouraging the field activities. No, field activities are again connected to the field. More experience is required there. People will learn more. But designing again with a more experience, more learning process, more accuracy is required here in learning and in designing. The first aim of this designing course is you kindly learn and practice it. More involvement in the training by the participants, where our end result is first preparation of signal interlocking plan. This is the first end result. A person should be able to prepare flawless SIP, signal interlocking plan, for a typical double line station. Next comes the track circuit bonding plan. As I said in the beginning, railway electrification is coming now in a bigger way. So the track circuit bonding in the railway electrified area is again a typical designing activity, which we'll be covering here, and you are giving practice of this, preparing of track circuit bonding. In SIP, we also will be covering here how to mark the track circuits, train detecting devices, track detecting devices, maybe an Excel counter, maybe a track circuit, how to mark it. And based on that, how to prepare a track circuit bonding plan for a full station. Let me remind here again, the contribution by candidates in this particular training is more sought, more required. You need to do more practice. More the practice, more you learn. More you practice, more you make mistakes. More you make mistakes, more you learn. That is the signaling. Then table of control, the heart of signaling system, the nervous system of the signaling system, the table of control. These are the three output we wanted to give, which are constituting of 80% of the signaling design activity. As a designer, we need to be qualified to prepare a SIP by reading the engineering scale plan. We need to prepare a track circuit bonding plan for any railway electrified sections area or a station. The railway also is taking up nowadays the doubling of the tracks. Most of the sections on the Indian railways are still single line. That has been now being converted to double line. So naturally, we have good lot of work to convert a single line station to a double line station. Added to that, the railway electrification is coming forward, is being taken up. We require again the circuit alterations, the designing alterations in the signaling designing. Table of control, it is again the heart of the signaling system. Whether you have a relay interlocking or you have electronic interlocking, a person needs to be thorough with the table of control. What is the SIP and the RSP? Route scale plan or signal interlocking plan are both are almost same, no change. Some people will call it as SIP, some people will call it as a RSP, route scale plan, through signal. Then we have also kept here prerequisite for this particular training, designer's training. As I said here, it is a short-term course, only 36 hours. And these 36 hours are consisting of more practice. Your involvement is more. You have to do more work as a designers. So what is for that purpose we have put here prerequisite. It is only because we are directly landing or directly covering or starting a topic, preparation of SIP based on ESP. We will not cover here more in detail about what is the signaling system, how many types of signals are there, what is the definition of home signal, advanced starter. This we will not cover. Probably while reading the ESP, each and every aspect will be explained why it is so, what it is. Equally, SIP also, converting a engineering scale plan, we will also explain how this SIP and how the definitions are differing for each. Why a home signal should be put here only? Why an advanced address should be put here only? Why a distance signal should be put here only? Why the inner distance should be put here only? The reasoning will give. To that, probably a person need to have a information. RSP has a root section and signal overlap information mentioned about table of control. You are right, Durga Kumar. And the engineering scale plan is otherwise a engineering scale plan which you will be covering here. You are right. Okay. Now, as far as prerequisites are concerned, should have undergone a training on basic concept of signaling. So a person should have here the information about the basic concept of signaling. As I said, we are not covering this topic in detail. It is in as how it is applied into SIP, by preparing a signal interlocking plan, how it is applied. That we are covering. So for that, if you have already the basic signaling concept, it will be easy for you to grasp. It will be easy for you to convert it to a signal interlocking plan. Next comes the principles of interlocking. What do you mean by interlocking? What are the different rules of interlocking, 4 rules of interlocking, how they are applied, more important here. The application of the basic signaling, the system engineering, and the application of principles of interlocking, how they are appeared, how they are applied in a signal interlocking plan. Then the relay interlocking concepts. A person need to have the information or concepts of relay interlocking. What do you mean by WLR? What do you mean by NWKR, RWKR? What is the end use of that? We are not teaching here how the WLR is there. What is the purpose of WLR? No. But what are the components of WLR? The purpose of WLR in short. What is the purpose of ASR? What is the purpose of TSR? HR? Back locking, approach locking, indication locking, track locking. All these concepts are covered with respect to a table of control where you need to have a relay interlocking concept, a detailed information about the relay interlocking. Then only you will be able to understand and you will be able to do the practice of a table of control. When you have the information about different signaling system, different definition of the signals, you will be able to prepare a signal interlocking plan. And when you have the information about principles of interlocking, you will be able to do the table of control. Is PPT not visible, please, for everybody?
No, sir.
Not visible. Sumit?
No, sir. The PPT is not visible.
It is visible, sir.
Or
Visible, sir.
It's visible.
PPT, is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
yes, it is visible.
Good. Thank you. Okay, fine. I mean, I was really wondering till now. I spoke some Ramayana, Mahabharata, Satyanarayana Kati without telling the people who are the characters. I was just wondering here. Good, thank you. Thanks for all the people who are giving me the feedback of visual. So thank you. Let me continue. So these are the components of this particular training where a person need to have the basic information about this concept of basic signaling, principles of interlocking, and relay interlocking. With this, you are now ready to undergo this training. And we also give the information about the AutoCAD. We'll train the people in AutoCAD. Because now the requirement of the railway is, any companies, we need to convert our designing knowledge into the AutoCAD or MicroStation. So as the first step towards the designing activity, we cover here the AutoCAD in first 2 days, Saturday, Sunday. I will show you the detailed timetable. Then, as the training starts, whatever practice you are supposed to do, you have to do in AutoCAD. I get the people here, the profiles I will get, in and out. Many profiles I'm getting, when I see them, they are not thorough with the AutoCAD or MicroStation. They are designers. But the requirement of any company is now to have a practice on AutoCAD, and you are able to produce the SIP or the control table or circuit in AutoCAD. That is the requirement. Hence, we thought here, why not to introduce this AutoCAD also and start doing the practice only in AutoCAD. Probably if there is a demand to learn the MicroStation also, MicroStations are not widely used by all the companies. That is the reason we have not covered MicroStation. If you are interested, yeah, we'll cover the MicroStation also, consisting of about 5 to 6 hours. Once you learn the AutoCAD, it is difficult. It is very easy for you to learn the MicroStation also. That is the reason these are the prerequisite. Apart from that, how to test whether you are having a competency or not. We have a pre-selection online assessment. This pre-selection online assessment consisting of 30 questions are meticulously prepared here. In detail, it is prepared here, keeping in mind a person should have the knowledge on basic concept of signaling, principles of interlocking and relay interlocking. Even though we specify here, a person should have undergone the training, we wanted to train the people who are already having the basic knowledge of this, the signaling concepts, principles of interlocking, and the relay interlocking. That is the reason this pre-selection online assessment is kept. I agree, it is a bit difficult because the questions also are chosen in that fashion. The questions are planned in that fashion that if you are able to answer those 30 questions, minimum 60%, you are the best designer, you can become the best designer. That is the reason this pre-selection online assessment is kept. Now coming to the outline of the training. The training starts from 13th of September, next Monday onwards. Let us have what are the outline. Learning and practicing on AutoCAD first is the name of this or the purpose of the designer's course. Then revising the basic concepts of signaling. We are not teaching here, we are only revising what is done. As you know, for revision, it will not take more time. And studying engineering scale plan. What are the information available in the engineering scale plan? Then preparation of signal interlocking plan. Once the signal interlocking plan is prepared, we'll go with the preparation of track circuit bonding plan. Then we'll go with the revising the relay interlocking concept with respect to the table of control. So these will be going on parallelly. What are the different information available? What are the different columns available in the table of control? And how we'll be correlating it to relay interlocking procedure, relay interlocking concept. Even though we are now going with the electronic interlocking, but the concept of relay interlocking circuit is adopted in the electronic interlocking. In X direction, I think Deepak Kumar, we can talk about this later, please. Whatever you are giving the information, we can talk about this later, please. Deepak Kumar Tiwari, you are giving good information, I agree, but probably we'll have a discussion at the later stage. So we'll prepare the table of control, also practice. Now, in the curriculum itself, we will be preparing the SIP on AutoCAD, track circuit bonding on AutoCAD, and preparation of a control table also in AutoCAD based on the SIP. At the end of the training, at least about 70 to 80% you will be able to do correctly and give the output of this SIP, track circuit bonding, and table of control. Whereas we have to cover this and to make practice, we have divided into different modules. 3 modules are there. One is AutoCAD module, which is Saturday, Sunday. It is around 4 hours or 6 hours as we planned. 6 hours is the AutoCAD training. We'll give AutoCAD training. Where we need to go with the practice of AutoCAD. Is my display not clear at all?
It's fine, sir.
Clear,
It's
sir.
clear.
It's clear.
Yeah, Mr.
It's clear,
Mallikarjun Dasri has given a
It's
message
fine,
that
sir.
the
It's
display is
fine.
not- Right, sir. Thank
It's
you.
fine.
Chalo. Fine, good. Then goes with the module 1, we are covering here system engineering. What are the signaling systems? What are the different components of signaling system? What are the different components of signals? What are the different signals? Where they need to be located? Why they need to be located there? This all will cover in the module system engineering plan. Then the next module is interlocking principles. Short but sweet and a very, very, very important topic. The interlocking principles will cover in the second module. The third module comes with the relay-based interlocking concepts. We'll cover only the concept here. The relay interlocking concept will cover. Then, in detail, if I go here, the system engineering, the module 1 will cover the revision of systems of signaling. What are the different systems of signaling we use? Definition and location of various signals. Why the signals are there only. When I ask any profile I get, can you define a home signal? 95% people are not defining correctly the definition of home signal. Definitions are like chanting mantras, what is given in religious books, or maybe Hanuman Chalisa, or maybe your Quran ayat, how you are chanting them. It should be reproduced as it is. We cannot add our own wordings there. If you are chanting Hanuman Chalisa, Jai Hanuman Gyan Guna Sagar, like you are repeating it, you are not adding your own words. You are telling the way Tulsidas has stated. Sant Tulsidas has said, it is told. The definition of the various location of the definition of the signals to be reproduced the way they are written in the general rule or in the book. We cover that. While preparing the signal interlocking, we also cover that. Then revising the overlap, isolation, and rules of isolation, rules of overlap. Many people are having a misconception about what is the signal overlap, where to where it is, for which signal it is. Many people, I'm not telling anybody. And my intention is not to blame any institute. Everybody is, as I said, we gave a respect to our teachers in the beginning. Every teacher is contributing their best to train the people. Many people are not aware of the isolations and rules of isolation, which are the basics of signaling system. Let it be any type of signaling system, but these are the basics, which has to be sound. And preparation of signal interlocking plan. How to prepare a signal interlocking plan, we'll revise and we'll give you the practices. Day 1 onward, the practice starts. Your contribution to prepare it, right or wrong. As I said here, more mistakes, more you learn. It is like a swimming. You cannot learn the swimming just by reading the books. The book will tell you to go to swimming pool, be ready with your costumes, then jump in the water, put your hands and legs, you will learn the swimming. Just by reading the book and standing at the pool of the swimming pool, can you learn the swimming? No. We have to jump in the water, gulp the water, cry for the help, shout for the help. Then you will learn the swimming. The signal system is like that. We have to learn it. We have to practice it. More you practice it, more you do the mistakes. More you do the mistake, more quickly you learn it. Then comes practicing and preparation of SIP. We'll give here at the end, up to end of this session, around 6 different SIPs. Typical SIP, 6 different SIPs, maybe single line and double line. If you are thorough with 6 interlocking plans, signal interlocking plans, any SIP you can prepare. Like that, we have chosen myself and my colleagues, those who will be joining here, the seniors, to take your training. We'll be covering these aspects. What is the takeaway from module 1? The takeaway from module 1 is creating various symbols on AutoCAD first, which is covered by whatever questions you have, we'll definitely cover. Maybe in the end of the sessions, we'll cover. So these first 2 days, you'll be learning about what are the different symbols to be created. What are the standard symbols we are using it in signal interlocking plan. Then comes the preparation of signal interlocking plan. Using this AutoCAD knowledge, you will be preparing the SIPs. We'll go with the single line station. You can also, you will be thorough by preparing a single line SIP with MSCLS. Let me remind you here, we are directly going to MSCLS, multiple aspect color light signaling. How to prepare a MSCLS based SIP. Nowadays, the semaphore signaling is no more. No new stations are coming with SIP, new semaphore signaling. We are going with only color light signaling. Then comes the double line station with common loop. As I said, many of the sections on the Indian Railways are being converted to double line. We need to have the concept of preparing the SIP for double line. Little difference between single line and double line. That also will be practicing here on in the module 1. At the end of the day, at the end of the module 1, you will come to know that you will be almost perfect with preparing a SIP for single line and also for double line with a common loop. Now, next module, signaling interlocking principles, what it is covering. Again, we'll revise the principles of interlocking, rule 1, 2, 3, 4. Friends, please remember these rules were framed way back in 1830, 1840. Now, almost 190 years are over. There are no changes here. That is a signaling system. The signaling system, what you learn, you can use it years to come. And with the basic knowledge, you can learn any modern technology. That is the beauty of a signaling system. Whatever we learned way back in 77, till now we are going the same thing. But whatever modern technologies are there, it will be very easy for us to transform ourselves from old technology to modern technology, how it is adopted. So a person should be definitely perfect in principles of interlocking. What is the literal meaning of that? How it is adopted in table of control. Next comes root holding. What is the need of a root holding when we have already a principles of interlocking? We cover the root holding. What are the different arrangement of root holding? How it is covered in the table of control in the relay interlocking concept. Again, in the electronic interlocking concept, how it is covered, how a root is held, the need of root holding, how it is done. Concept of control table. Not fully, but partially, we'll cover here the table of control, few contents. For example, root setting, locking of conflicting signals. These two topics we will cover with respect to keeping in mind the table of control, which we will be learning in module 3. This is the best introduction to table of control in module 2. And what is the takeaway from module 2? The takeaway is understanding and adopting the principles of interlocking. Principles of interlocking is one of the smallest notes we studied in our training. Hardly about 40-50 pages. All other notes were 100, 200, 300 pages. But these principles of interlocking only 30-40 pages. One of the toughest subject. One of the tough subject to understand. The conceptually we need to understand it. Next comes adopting isolation rules and overlaps. We learn what you mean by isolation in module 1. How it is adopted while preparing a signal designing or signal table of control. while taking a signal, how these isolation rules are adopted, how the overlap rules are adopted. We'll be learning here in module 2 in detail. Remember, this will be adopting and this will be applying while preparing a SIP and table of control. Understanding the root of the signal and root setting. What do you mean by root setting? Understanding the locking of conflicting signals. What do you mean by locking of conflicting signals? Which are the conflicting signals? How they need to be locked? And the major part here will come the direct locking and indirect locking, which is again a more confusing part, which will make it very easy to understand how it is done with the directly conflicting signal and indirectly locking conflicting signals. Then comes the application engineering, the third module and the last module. We'll be revising here again the relay concept and various symbols with respect to a particular relay interlocking. Track detecting devices, marking of track circuit in a yard. It is for a SIP, whatever you prepare in the module 1, for the same SIP, you mark the track circuit. How to decide how many track circuit, how to decide where to mark it, what do you mean by controlling track circuit, what do you mean by berthing track circuit, how many berthing tracks are there, and how many track circuits for a point zone. All these informations are covered in module 3. Then and there we'll be explaining the purpose also, why it is so. Then various locking like track locking, approach locking, back locking, and indication locking, which are the backbone of signaling setting. Many people again here, when I interview them, when I ask them, when I interact with them, they will not be able to tell this clearly, conceptually. We are not interested more here in knowing how the circuit is. Please understand, nowadays, nobody will ask you circuit. They will ask you the concept of that. What is the concept of track locking? What is the concept of approach locking? Why a route locking is to be given? What is the concept of route locking? Sectional route release. And what is the purpose of indication locking? Where it is adopted. What it is, where it is, and how it is. These are the 3 we'll be concentrating on these topics. The preparation of table of control and practicing it. So you do the practice of signal interlocking plan. You do the practice of preparing a track circuit bonding, and also you do the practice of preparing a table of control. And what is the takeaway from module 3? The takeaway from module 3 is they are preparation of signal interlocking plan with all track detecting devices. Preparation of track circuit bonding plan for RE and non-RE area. We concentrate more on RE area. And preparation of table of control for a double line station. We'll have a practice on single line and also you practice on double line. So finally, at the end of the training, 6 days training, 36 hours training, you will be minimum 70% thorough with preparing SIP, table of control, and the track circuit bonding plan. And day in and day out, as the days passes with your experience, you can achieve more proficiency in that. Fine. Now comes the training duration. Now let me take here a break. Sumit, I'll be taking a 5 minutes break. Now it is 7:50. 7:55.
Right. Yes, sir. Sir, could you pass on the, could you make me a co-host?
Please, I'll make. Yeah, you can start at 7:55.
Right, sir.
So please don't log out. Please join in after 5 minutes. At 7:55, log in. Galaxy M1 by M51, kindly put off your video, please. Your fan is rotating.
Yes. So participants, if you have any particular questions to ask, kindly put it into the chat box so that we can take it up once Narayan sir is back. And in the meantime, I would also like to share a few important updates regarding this 42-hour signaling design training. So as Narayan sir has, so the key eligibility criteria for this training that we are planning to organize from next week is that all the qualified participants must have a background in signaling and have basic knowledge of signaling principles of interlocking and relay interlocking, and also should know functional knowledge on AutoCAD. So this is an important thing. So Jagannath Kapuri, you could type in, please type in your question in the chat box, and we will take it up once Narayan sir is back. So the key point is that we have created a 30 questions test to assess whether you have the requisite knowledge to be eligible for this training program. And this is a free of cost assessment that we are organizing for any. So whosoever is interested in this training program or would like to assess his knowledge on signaling, relay interlocking, and principles of interlocking can take up this free test. And people who will be qualifying the free test, we will be calling them and actually sharing the next level of procedure with them. So the qualifying criteria for this test is around 40%. So you need to score minimum 40% to be to qualify this entire test. The link is given here. So I am posting this particular link in the chat box. After this webinar, you can. So Raghavendra we'll be asking basic conceptual questions, MCQ based, all multiple choice questions on basics of signaling terminology. We'll be talking we'll be asking questions on relay interlocking, concepts of interlocking. So it will be a basic assessment to understand whether you have the requisite knowledge to bear the concepts of designing, signaling design. So please take up this. So I would request every one of you to at least give it a try if you are interested in signaling design course. So you can take it up another. So around 15 minutes would be 15 to 20 minutes is the duration of the test. 30 questions, you can take it up. And around 35 people have already taken up. And I would like to say that around only about 50% have been able to qualify it so far. So our team will be contacting the people who have qualified this test to explore whether they would be interested in this advanced training on signaling design. So I would request everyone to take up this free test. It's free of cost too. And the best part is that you will be able to understand more about your level of knowledge related to signaling. In addition to this, we will be starting the course program from next Monday. So classes will be held. So as Narayan sir has talked about, there will be about a basic training on AutoCAD, which will be about 4 hours. There will be module 1, 12 hours, module 2, 6 hours, and module 3, which will be on relay-based interlocking for 20 hours. So combining this, the total training will be around 42 hours. So as prerequisites I've shared. And so from first module, you'll be able to understand preparation of signal interlocking plans, single line stations, double line station with common loop. Second module, you'll be able to understand and adopt principles of interlocking, isolation rules and overlaps, route settings, locking of conflicting signals. Third module, application engineering, you'll be able to do, you'll be able to prepare signal interlocking plans with all track detecting devices. Then preparation of track circuit bonding plan for RE and non-RE areas. and third one is preparation of table of control for a double line station. So the classes will be held Monday, Wednesday, Friday between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Online every week. So around 6 hours of training we'll be covering in a week. So around 7 weeks it will take to cover the entire training. So almost about 1.5 months it will take for us to 2 months, close to about 2 months we'll take to cover the entire training. This brochure is there for you to download and actually study it in detail. And during the end of the session today, we'll take up questions if you have any related to. So there will be one multiple choice questions based assessment after the training for you to get a certificate, and then followed by 3 subjective exercises. One would be preparation of SIP and marking track circuits. Second will be preparation of track circuit bonding plans, 2 hours, and preparation of table of control for double line stations, 2 hours. So once you will achieve a minimum of 50% in these assessments, you will be getting a certificate from Railway Academy, which is an industry recognized certificate which you can utilize to in your career growth. This is the session-wise detail. We have 3 trainers. Narayan sir would be explaining the details. Narayan sir, have you joined, sir?
Yeah, I joined. I'll cover this all
Yes.
aspects.
So that is it. So I'll just cover the basic things. So there are some interesting discounts that we have offered. So I'll quickly take you through the discounts. So there is an early bird special offer which is going. If you register before 7, which is the coming Tuesday, so you get this entire course for 22,000 rupees inclusive of taxes. So the payment link is given in the brochure itself, which you can pay directly and share the transaction details with us on the email ID. If you are opting for an EMI plan, you can join the entire course by paying 11,500 and pay the remaining during the next 1.5 months. If you are a group of 3 people who want to take up the course, so you can get each one of you can get the course at 20,000 rupees inclusive of taxes. If more than 5 participants are there, the course a special offer is available at 18,000 rupees. And for more than 10 people, the offer is 16,000 rupees individually for people around up to 10 registrations or more. So this is the details. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me on the number given, which is 9810989077, and I'll be more than happy to help you in choosing the right option. Thank you, sir. So over to Narayan sir for next course of.
Thank you, Sumit. Thanks a lot.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, I have one question. When the assessment test is conducted?
Yeah, we'll cover it. No problem. Sumit, probably immediately after this webinar, we can send the link.
Yes, sir. We can send the link. Yes.
Immediately after this webinar, we can send the link of the paper. I mean, that's the online assessment.
Sir, I've already shared the link in the chat box, so people can take it up.
Acha, very good. Thank you. Chalo, the takeaway also we have covered.
Sir, if complete that assessment, when is the result will be provided?
Within 24 hours, our team will contact you. So if you take up the test today, tomorrow you will be informed whether you've qualified the test or not.
I did not get which type of communication from
Telephone,
your side?
telephone and email both.
Okay.
Sir, can you share with a mail regarding for assessments?
Yes, we will share it after the webinar. Tomorrow you will get an email on your regarding the test link, which you can attempt in next 2 to 3 days.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now coming to the takeaway, we have covered the takeaway from the module 3. As Sumit already told, maximum total 42 hours training consisting of AutoCAD 6 hours, module 1, 8 hours theory, 4 hours of checking SIP. Whatever we give you, we'll interact with you and we'll cover. Module 2 is 4 hours, principles of interlocking. And module 3, the system application engineering, covering relay interlocking and also electronic interlocking concepts. 8 hours for checking a table of control, tag circuit bonding plan and table of control. So this is how the different modules are going on here. The assessment, as Sumit has already told about classroom
Check SIP
assessment.
means?
Check SIP means whatever SIP we are giving you for exercise. Suppose on the day 1, we'll give you some exercise, one assessment, classroom assessment. That you will prepare and keep it ready or send it to us on Tuesday. On Wednesday, when we take a class, we'll correct it. We'll tell you this is how you need to do it. It is not pinpointing or pointing out the mistakes of anybody else. Kindly do not have this concept. It is only to correct. As I said here, it is more you do, more mistakes, more the mistakes, more you learn. So your contribution for this training is more only other than only listening to the class. A commitment from you to become the best designers will help you to become the best designers. A complete commitment from all of you is required here. You will be able to do better in that case. Anyway, I will cover the questions at the maybe after about few slides. The classroom assessment should be given at the end of the day based on the preparation of SIB, then table of control, or maybe your track bonding plan. All the things are given, all the exercises are given. You are kindly requested to do the assessment or classroom assessment. If you spend about 1 hour per day is enough, no problem. Maybe within 48 hours, if you are able to spend 1 hour, you will be able to do the assessment. The classroom assessment in AutoCAD, that too, especially in AutoCAD. The output has to be given in AutoCAD. Either you can share with us through the mails, or probably you can also give us by we'll give you the co-sharing. You can share the screen during the classes and we can correct it. That will be better. Then on the final assessment, there is one final assessment consisting of 50 questions, field oriented, result oriented, nothing to do with the theoretical part. These 50 questions will be asked online. The link will be live for 2 days, 48 hours or even 72 hours. We don't mind in giving 3 days, depending upon your free time. Maybe Friday night to Monday night we'll give it. At any time you can log in within 72 hours. But once you log in, within 2 hours you have to complete it. Within 1 hour you have to complete it, 50 questions, all multiple choice questions. Maybe right or wrong, or true or false, or select choose the correct answer. Each question will have 4 options, out of which you have to select it. Then I will tell you. I will come to you. I will come to you. All the information I will tell you. Don't worry. Kindly, once you listen to that, you will have all the doubts clear. The final assessment also will be again to prepare a SIP. We'll give you a track one engineering scale plan, for which you have to prepare a SIP. Is the time bonding. For example, between 10 to 12. At 9:55, we'll get the paper, and at 12:05 or 12:10, you have to send me the answer sheets. Equally, the track circuit bonding plan, 2 hours on some other day, as per your convenience, as per we'll discuss in the classes, as per your convenience, this assessment will be held. Preparation of table of control. For a simple double line layout, you have to prepare a table of control for choosing the different components, not for all. It only will choose about 10 components. For 10 signals or 10 points. For that, you have to prepare a table of control. This is the SIP. And as Sumit has already told, it is 50% minimum passing mark. Am I right, Sumit? 50 or 60?
Hello. Yes, sir.
Is it 50 or 60 minimum qualifying marks in assessment?
Sir, right now we've done it 50, sir. 50.
50. Okay, we'll go with the 50 marks. Then this is the detailed program. The classes will be held between 7 to 9 on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, except the AutoCAD on 11th and 12th between 10 to 1. 3 hours on Saturday, 3 hours on Sunday. 6 hours, the AutoCAD will be taught. Then based on that, we'll be starting from Monday onwards. Every Monday between 7 to 9 is the proposal. However, it can be altered based on the participants. If the participants want between 7:30 to 9:30, no objection. We'll go do it with 7:30 to 9:30. Majority carries the point. The system 1, signaling engineering and principles of interlocking, module 1 and module 2, I'll be taking personally. And the system 3, which will be starting from October 1st onwards, will be taken by the veterans like Mr. Solomon and Subbarao. They are here with us. Solomon might not have joined, but Subbarao, probably. Subbarao, are you there? Okay. So these two people will be taking the application engineering, and that is last module, number 3 module, they'll be taking. All the classes are held online. So on 13th of October, we'll be ending our topics, subject. I mean, on 22nd of October, module 3 will be, that's the end of the training. On every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it will be between 7 to 9. At the end of the session, we'll give you an assessment, which needs to be sent to us before next class starts, so that we can discuss in the class. We can tell you this is how it needs to be done. You can correct it yourself in next SIP or next table of control, next tax certificate bonding plan. It needs to be corrected. Our aim is here to make you the best designers. That is the aim of this training. Then coming to the final assessment on 23rd October, you will be having SIP and marking of the tax circuit 3 to 5. Then comes to preparation of bonding plan 10 to 12 on 24th October. 25th October, preparation of table of control between 3 to 5. Again, subjected to your suggestions. The participants, whoever are comfortable, I am giving the assessment after almost very next day. I'm giving here. You need not have much study for SIP, bonding plan, control table, which you have already practiced in the class. Where you require the study or thing which you need to refresh is a final assessment on 30th and 31st of October. The link will be shared from 30th at odd hours. It will be available either up to 31st or 1st of November up to 24 hours, 24th hour, 12 o'clock. Either 2 days or 3 days, as per your convenience, as per your request, it can be converted. There is no hard and fast rule here. It is as per the participants' will and wish. When, how the class is to be held. 36 hours are the minimum. It does not mean that it will not be extended. If required, we can extend it marginally. 10% it can be extended, 20% it can be expressed. Our only aim is here, at the end of the training, we want you to be the best designers, which will have your own value, which will increase your own value. Till today, the Railway Academy certificate is more valued. More organizations are going for the Railway Academy certificates. They are sure that these people are trained, they are well trained, they have the qualification to do the work. They have the quality in them, a qualitative quality in them they are having. That is the assurance we are giving from Railway Academy to any organizations. The question paper will be mailed to reach you all 5 minutes before the start of assessment. The answers should be sent duly mentioning your name within 10 minutes after the completion of time. Answer sheet received after the cut-off time shall not be acceptable. Please remember it. For SIP, track bonding plan, and table of control, minimum passing marks. Of course, I have mentioned here 90%. As Sumit has told, we'll make it 50%, no problem. But aim to get 100%. It does not mean that 50% you are qualifying marks. You can do any SIP 50% right, 50% wrong, will not help. Signaling will going with the digital technology, either 0 or 1. Either right or fully wrong. Fully right, fully or wrong. No in between. So we will also train you to prepare SIP, TB, tag bonding plan and table of control 90+%. It is our assurance from our side. Myself, Solomon and Subbarao. This is what exactly we assure you. Even though 50% is the cutoff marks, minimum marks, but you will be definitely able to do 90 to 95%. Our faculty members, this is me and Mr. Solomon, a very young person in our Railway Academy with 75 years. And Mr. Subbarao, EVR Subbarao, is all of us, we are signal engineers and we are served with the Training Institute IST in Secunderabad. I have almost about 15 years of service in that institute. Solomon sir is having almost about 20+ years of experience, and Mr. Subbarao also is having more than 15 years of experience in the IRISCT, Indian Railway Institute of Signal Engineering and Telecommunication, Secunderabad. And is Subbarao there on the line? Yeah, I hope they are today have some preoccupation. They have not joined. So they will be taking the classes on, all of us will be taking the classes on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. All of us are reachable at any time. Maybe through the mail, maybe through the WhatsApp group, whatever mail group will create, whatever WhatsApp group will create, you can be in touch with us at any time, accessible at any time, ready to clear your doubt at any time, any number of times that too. Not only once, but any number of times. Signaling is the topic like that. And commercials, as Mr. Sumit has already covered here, I will not go ahead more with this. And the question.
Add something here.
Yes, please.
So apart from, so we have also, we are also exploring an assessment, certification from TUV SUD. So I'm just asking, so how many of you are aware about TUV SUD? Please type in yes in the chat box. Let me see how many of you are aware about TUV SUD. Are there anybody in the attending this webinar aware about TUV SUD? So TUV SUD is an international body which offers industry recognition in the form of certification and assessments. So by the time you will be completing the course program, we might be able to offer you an add-on certification at a small token cost from TUV SUD to upgrade your certificate or to get an add-on certificate from TUV SUD on railway signaling design. So, but this is something that we are exploring right now. Yes, Prem. So they are also into assessment and training. So a Railway Academy has an association with TUV SUD to offer global certification for railway signaling courses. So we will be offering an add-on certification, which will be at an additional cost, which will be paid to TUV SUD directly by the end of this course program. So first assessment, you need to take it up from a Railway Academy, qualify it, get a Railway Academy certificate, and post that. If you are interested, for those who are interested to take up a TUV SUD, they need to pay a small additional cost to TUV SUD, and you can also take a TUV SUD certification for the similar course program. So this possibility would also exist for you. And commercials I've discussed, sir. And now, sir, back to you, sir. Narayan, sir. Hello. Narayan, sir.
Sorry, I did not unmute. I was too going on talking. Sorry. Now here, Mr. Manikant Swami has asked, sir, I completed the pre-assessment test on 2nd September. I did not get any acknowledgement about the result. We'll definitely
Manikant, okay. Let me just tell you. Manikant, yes, Manikant, you've qualified. Manikant Swami Medidi, you've qualified the assessment.
Good.
So our team will be getting in touch. So What I can do is I can take up the names quickly so that people who are attending can know. So Sarvan Kumar has qualified. Akash Kashyap has qualified. Pavan Kumar Narala Setti has qualified. Rajendra Kumar Modanwal has qualified. Bevinhal Lal Swami has qualified. MJ has qualified. D. Goswami has qualified. Pavan Subhash Devar Konda has qualified. Kothapalli Subramanya Kaushik has qualified. Shivani Singh has qualified. Amit Kumar has qualified. Anup Mishra has qualified. Tanay Gupta has qualified. Manikanta Swami Medidi has qualified. Satrajit Chakrabarti has qualified. Atif Aman has qualified. M. Rupavati has qualified. Loknath Parida has qualified. Mahipat has qualified. Chandrasekhar Guthula has qualified. Kaluru Naveen has qualified. Up till now, around 50 people have attempted and only 21 people have qualified. So this is the list of the people who have qualified it.
Sumit, do we have a cutoff number?
Yes. So what we have done is I have put the cutoff at 40% for this test program.
No. I'm asking number of people.
Cutoff. So this batch will not have more than 25 to 30 people.
Okay, so another four.
So it will be first come first basis for all the people who have qualified. So the moment we'll actually reach out this particular mark, we'll close the admission for this particular batch. Because this is a very hands-on course, so we will not have more students in the batch.
Yeah, I mean, here one-to-one action interaction will be there. If more participant, that will be probably we may have to extend it further again. So which probably people may not have interest to continue the training for a longer time. That's exactly the reason we started this training.
Yes.
Now I compliment everybody here for attending the assessment.
I will
and
give
completing it.
I will give assessment test after training or during training.
Before training.
No, 1 minute here. There are two different assessment here. Number one is pre-qualification training. Pre-qualification, pre-qualifying training is 30 questions, what now Sumit was stating, and he has told about the people, those who are qualified for this training. I mean, I was explaining in the PPT also. If you joined a bit late, we will share you the recording. You can listen to that. There is a pre-requirement here.
My question is this: pre-assessment test. When I will give during training, right now.
Right now, in next 2 to 3 days, you can take up the test.
Pre-assessment training is always before starting a training. It is only to assess whether you are eligible for the training or not. As I said in the presentation here, it is only for this particular course we have kept a pre-assessment because we are not covering the basics here.
Okay.
To learn the basics, probably we have different trainings. You can join them. In this, directly we are touching, we are teaching you, making you to do the practice in SIP, track bonding plan, and table of control. So if a person having a knowledge, having a conceptual knowledge of these topics will be able to do more faster. That is the reason we have kept the prerequisite training here, pre-assessment training. And I really compliment the people, those who have scored and those who have qualified for this, 21 people, really amazing it is, very good.
Now, I'd like to add one more thing. For people who have not qualified the training, what is there for them? So the assessment test, pre-qualifying assessment test implies, if you have not qualified, this implies that you need to further strengthen your conceptual clarity in railway signaling topics. So for all of those who have not qualified the training program, we are planning to start a certificate program in railway signaling in the month of October. So please follow us. Yes, Raghavendra, I'll just complete and then you can ask your question. So all those people who have not qualified the pre-qualifier test can first enroll for the signaling certificate program and learn the concepts, and then in the next batch they can enroll in the design course. So this would be a more appropriate way to build up your knowledge and skills. Next is right. So next is Anindam Samanta. Can you share the eligibility criteria for this training screening test once again? Anindam, there is no eligibility criteria. Just take up the test. If you qualify, you should go for this course program. If you do not qualify, you should enroll into our course on railway signaling first. attend the course program, learn the skill, and in the next batch, you try again. But in the current batch of signaling design, just take up the test. If you qualify, you are eligible to take up this course program. Siddharth Ray, I've shared my contact number. So you may contact me through WhatsApp and I'll be happy to respond. And Raghavendra, please go ahead with your question in Hindi.
Yeah, I mean, here Mustafa Khan asked a very good question. However, I apologize that I have not covered this. The study material will be shared with you through our LMS system. We'll give you a link. You can access the study material online. And also the PPTs, everything will be available. That particular day's recording will be uploaded in our LMS. We'll give you an access to that LMS. People who are participating in this training program will have the access to that LMS to go through the study material. You can only read it, listen to it. You will not be able to download it. That is the LMS, the learning management system, what we are having here. A good question. I'm sorry that I could not cover that in the narration. Then comes Krishna Kumar. He says thanks. Is not aware. Then comes the. I hope we have asked. Are there any concept scope of job from Railway Academy for completing training? No, please. We are not offering any job offers here. However, our PG diploma course is having a job offer. I mean, Sumit can explain it more about PG diploma, which we are starting in the month of October again. Can you just throw a light on this,
Yes.
Sumit?
So people who are actually looking at a program which offers them a guaranteed placement in railway signaling companies can contact me directly, and I'll be able to guide them about our programs which guarantee you a good job in railway signaling companies after the training. So we also have placement guarantee programs, so which offer you 100% job, or and with a penalty clause. That we also have a program which offers if you do not get a placement after the course program, Railway Academy pays you 20,000 per month till you get a job. So this is the kind of placement promises we have. So people who are interested in short guaranteed placement programs can please contact me on my WhatsApp number, which is mentioned here. Let me take up. Okay, what is minimum qualification to join in? Right now, Shiv Sai, for this design program, no qualification. Just pass the qualifier test and you are in. Yes, after completion of the course, can we access? Yes, you can access the materials for 1 full year. And does laptop? Yes, laptop is essential because you will be practicing, you will be developing signaling plans on AutoCAD. So a laptop is very much essential. It is prerequisite. Swamik. For those who could not clear the pre-exam, will this design be arranged after? Yes. But Mustafa, I would suggest that if you've not qualified the test, please enroll into our signaling certificate program. It will help you build up your concepts to get into signaling design at a later stage. Yes. Naveen, I'm not sure what you're asking. Please provide qualified candidates. Okay, Sahil Kondal, yes. So yes, a knowledge of signaling design definitely helps in IRSC licensing. So and this course will give you a very strong fine foundation to actually go towards it.
Sahil has asked one more question. What are the salary packages we can expect after this training? It depends upon the company, different company, maybe between 4 to 5 lakhs or 6 lakhs. Companies are offering for, and depending upon your experience. Kindly remember here, any company who are all taking the designers, they expect minimum experience of minimum 1 year of in designing. They will not take any people fresh from the market, except our PG diploma candidates who are having the open market here. They are absorbed into different companies without any experience. Other than that, any companies, whether it is the application logic designing, interface logic designing, or maybe signaling designing in general, apart from these knowledge, they need to have experience in AutoCAD and MicroStation. Some companies are insisting for MicroStation. Some companies are insisting for AutoCAD. Unless you have this requirement, unless you have the experience in that, it will be difficult to get. There are some companies which are also taking the freshers with the knowledge. If you have a knowledge, they will take it. Then comes next question, Siddhartha Ray. Sir, can Once again, we'll give you the contact number. I hope Mr. Sumit, you can share the contact number and mail IDs again. And we also send the recording. We also send this recording of this webinar
Yes.
to all the people, those who are registered.
Okay,
you can-
I have one more important announcement to make here right now. So this, the entire presentation today would be available onto our YouTube channel. So you can search our YouTube channel named Railway Academy, and the entire presentation today will be, the recording of today's presentation will be available there for you to revisit and re-see it. And also we'll be emailing you the recorded link on the emails through which you have registered for this webinar. Right. Next is okay. So people who have taken the exam, we will inform you through an email whether you have qualified or not qualified. People who have qualified will get a call from our counselors to explore your interest into the course program. And yes, this training class, sir. This is one question I would like you to answer, sir. Galaxy M31 is asking, this training class goes with UK standards or Indian standards?
Indian, yeah, you can ask. You can Indian Railway Standard.
Yes. So now, any short-term course on OHE? Yes, we are planning a short-term course in OHE. Probably towards the end of October, we may announce a course in OHE. In addition to that, I would like to invite all of you for, we are conducting a 4-hour training program, sir. Could you please next week? So we would like to invite you, and we will, tomorrow we will post the official notification regarding that training program, which will be done next Saturday and Sunday. So Narayan sir, could you please elaborate a little bit on this program?
Yeah. It is on the multi-section digital Excel counter and high availability single section digital Excel counter. On these two topics, Mr. Samir Reddy will be talking online, who is an expert, who is a pioneer in these topics. And also he'll be covering about block proving through Excel counter. So it's a 4 days program, 4 hours program, Saturday 2 hours and Sunday 2 hours. From tomorrow onwards, we'll start posting in the LinkedIn. And we also have your all mail IDs. You can join for that. So it is free of cost. You can appear, you can attend the webinar on Saturday, Sunday in the coming week. In the new technology, in the new projects, most of the sections are being equipped with multi-section digital Excel counter and high availability single section or solid state digital Excel counters. And in fact, Indian Railway is also going in a bigger way with BPAC. In coming days, we are also going with TPWS, Train Protection and Warning System, and TCAS, Train Collision Avoidance System. They are the topic of the day. They are the technologies of the day, where the designing aspect in the field it matters more. We'll be covering those also in coming days. Does this course help us to get the designing, IRSC designing already know you? Can you explain pre-qualification link? We can get immediately after this webinar. Now we again will send you the link. You can appear for this one. And please remember the cutoff number of trainees for this particular course is maximum 30. It's already 21 or over. Now you can hurry and you can go, as Sumit said, first comes, first served.
Yes, Donga Durga Prasad, we already have a IRSC certification course program going on. So you can contact me on this WhatsApp number, and I'll be happy to give you more details on our program. So people who are looking at IRSC certification exam, we already have a training program going on right now for module A exam. So if people who are interested can still join the course program. It's a 45 hours program. Please contact me directly to get more details on this.
Sumit, here when Mr. Shivasai has asked, I just wrote the exam, sir. Would you please check, am I eligible or not?
So Shiv Sai, can you tell me the email ID? Because I tried tracking your name, but it's not there. With which name, what name have you written?
Yeah, Shivasai Kandrabhain. I just mailed to you, sir. My email.
Okay, so Shiv Sai, we will send you your results on your email ID.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
By tomorrow.
Sumit, can they appear once again if they are otherwise not qualifying at the first attempt?
Yeah, you try it. That's good. Yeah, you can try. You can take 2 attempts. We'll consider. That's okay.
Okay. And Deepak Singh has asked, after qualified the course, can I get IRSC design certificate?
No, not. We cannot give you. We do not have the authority to give you any IRSC certificate. For to get IRSC certificate, you need to either qualify the assessment or their assessments or actually apply for their licenses?
I mean, here two things are different. One is IRS certification, IRS licensing. Two are different here. For IRS certification, you need to be a engineer with the graduation engineers. Then signaling experience is not necessary for a certificate course as a certifier. You have to only attempt, you have to appear for 4 modules of examinations. There are total 6 modules. Out of that, depending upon your interest, you can choose 4 different modules, A, B, C, D. Module A is compulsory for everybody. C, D and C, B, C, D, and you can choose. They are held in every year, October they are held. You can apply for this certificate course, modules, you can study on your own and you can appear. For that, you get a certificate. But a certified person is not eligible to do the designing for UK Railways. The whole purpose of giving the IRSC license or certificate is to design the UK signaling. It has nothing to do with Indian Railway signaling. You will have more value in UK signaling. But by having a certificate, you will not be allowed to work as a designer. You cannot sign any document. You have to work below or under the guidance of a mentor who is having IRSA license. Now come to IRSA license. IRSA license is more on your work experience, more on your documentation of what is the work you have done in the signaling field, for which you are asking for a license. It may be a designer, it may be a verifier, it may be independent checker. There are different categories of licenses. It is just like a scooter license, car license, a heavy vehicle license, tractor license, different licenses are there. Accordingly, IRSA licenses are also in different category. But which category you apply for a license, you need to have a experience in that. So on an average, if you have a 2 years of experience, where you will be able to produce the documents, plus they also will verify your knowledge on that. If you are applying for a designing concept, even on the Indian Railway signaling concept, if you have the knowledge of designing the questions, whatever they are asking, as a workplace assessor and competency assessor, you will be given the license. A person having a license is authorized to do the designing activities for UK Railways. Kindly note here, no designing, no license is required for Indian Railways. Indian Railways is having its own licensing. However, it is not adopted very strictly. IRS TELO. I'm a qualified verifier, design verifier, IRS TELO. If otherwise down the line, maybe within a few months or 1 year, if it is made mandatory for all the companies, all the people, those who are designing for the Indian Railways, then you need to have a IRS TLO license for Indian Railways also. It is on the same lines like IRSC license. So if you want IRSC certificates, you have to appear for 4 different modules. Out of the 4 different modules, first module, we have already started the training, almost 2 weeks over now. Every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we are holding the training. One of our trainer, Mr. Kritivasan, is taking their classes. And these people will be preparing for module A and module B. They will be appearing for modules in next year, October. Some people are preparing for this year, October itself. The training will help you to definitely enrich the knowledge and attempt for the knowledge.
So now the next batch of this, so people who do not qualify this qualifier test can take up the signaling certificate course and join our next batch, which we plan to launch probably in January. The next batch of this course, signaling design course, will be launched in January 2022.
AutoCAD license version is not required, Mustafa Khan.
Yes.
It is you can take the trial version which will work for this training, no problem. AutoCAD, but the person who is taking the training, he will tell you all this input, he will give you. He's expert in this AutoCAD. Could you send the tube link for today's audio YouTube?
Yes, it will be emailed to you by most probably tonight or maybe tomorrow morning.
Yeah. if I am not eligible, how much fee I have paid for this training? You will not pay the fees before getting you qualified, unless
Yes.
you appear for the assessment and pre-qualification assessment, Mr. Shivasai, and you pay the fees. So once you qualify only, you will be eligible.
Yes, sir, would you please send some fee list, sir?
Sorry?
Fee list. How much fees pay for
For
this?
what?
Fees. Okay. Let me share the fees part also. So
Am I to make you cost?
not needed, sir. I'll just really. So fees for this particular course is this. So now see, the actual course price is 35,000, but right now for people who have qualified the test and would like to go for the course program, you can avail a special early bird special offer of 22,000 inclusive of taxes. Remember, there is an 18% tax, so this is absorbed in this particular price. So this is so effectively about 4,000 rupees is going to be the tax component in 22,000 rupees. So you're effectively getting this course price at about 18,000 rupees. So now, so if you pay, you can get a price of 22,000 rupees for this course program before 7th September 2021. You need to pay the fees and book your seat in the course program. For people who want to pay in EMIs, so you can pay the first EMI of 11,500 and pay the balance over next 1.5 months. For people who want to join in group, 3+ registrations, the fees for people who join in a group of 3, the fees is 20,000 rupees. You can contact me on the number given, and I will be I'll help you with the registration for 3 people. People who have a group of 5+ people, the course price is 18,000 rupees inclusive of taxes. People who have this is primarily for corporate registration from a single company or a group of people who are of 10 people. The course price is 16,000 rupees. So effectively, if you take out the 20% tax component, you are getting, if you have a group of 10+ people, you are getting this effectively at about 13 to 14,000 rupees. This particular course program. So these are the prices which are there. You can download the entire brochure. I'll just paste the link here. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask.
Murli Krishna has asked, is he qualified?
So please do not ask it here. You will get the information on the email. Please have some patience. Most probably by tomorrow, you will get the information.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining today's session. A good number of people joined, a good number of people have shown the interest. And please remember, the cutoff number of people attending this training is maximum 30. Already 21 people are qualified. Please hurry up. Please hurry up and join for this training. That will be better for you. You can learn, and at the end of the training, you can be the best designers in these 3 different fields. Thank you very much. Once again, let me again wish you all the happy Teachers' Day. Let us salute our teachers, those who brought us to this level. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Murli, yes.
हाँ बोलिए क्या? अच्छा, कोई पूछा था कि आपको हिंदी में एक्सप्लेनेशन देना है तो क्या करेंगे? नो
राघवेंद्र, हाँ आप पूछ लीजिए क्वेश्चन प्लीज.
राघवेंद्र,
हाँ मैं ही पूछा था सर. हाँ सर.
हाँ बोलिए.
मैं ये पूछा था सर, ये इसमें कोई अगर क्वालिफाई नहीं हो पाता है तो उसको क्या दोबारा अटेम्प्ट क्या मौका मिलेगा?
मिलेगा.
आप ले सकते हैं, आप सेकंड अटेम्प्ट भी ले सकते हैं बिफोर द कोर्स स्टार्ट्स. एंड वी हैव सीट्स. अगर हमारे पास सीट्स नहीं और आपने कोर्स अटेम्प्ट सेकंड करके क्वालिफाई कर लिया तो वील टेक यू इन. Yes, Murli Krishna, you've qualified, and Mohammed Jinoid,
thank you.
I'm sorry, you've not qualified. Right.
Those who are not qualified, again, once again they can take up, no problem.
You can take up one more attempt. That's absolutely fine.
You can brush up your knowledge and take up, no problem.
Sure. Right. Any other questions? If you have, please go ahead and ask. Okay.
Fine. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Good night, Yasmin. Thank you very much.